Didn't ask for help.
Today's adventure, we are on the train from Bucharest to Brasov. Something we learned right away. There's a guy on the train that'll like help you with your luggage, but then ask for tips in return. We don't know if he works for the train line or not, so but we don't carry cash on us a lot of the time anyway, and we don't like when people just jump on the train to try to like run a scheme. So if you don't want to have to deal with that, just keep your hands on your own luggage, take care of it yourself. There is room for your luggage. Luckily our seats fit that really well. So yesterday ended up a little bit of a fiasco. The first booking apartment that we got to, it didn't have a kitchen, which was listed in that like you can cook like you're at home, but there was no way to cook anything. We're here for 11 days, so that's actually a decent issue for a family of 5, especially because we eat at home almost every night. We try to only eat out maybe once a week. On top of that, it had 2 of the kids' bedrooms in the living room space. That's a tough, like a studio doesn't totally fit us. So that was kind of our fault for booking something cheap. One thing that we have seen on booking.com, we actually have loved our experiences there. There are a lot of properties in Europe that are listed there. The issue you see is that they'll have several properties listed under one listing, so you'll get pictures for all of them. So the pictures didn't represent what we got at all. Luckily, the homeowner was amazing. They refunded our money. It wasn't a big deal. And we were able to find a booking last minute. You can see our short about where we stayed. And it's one of the nicer apartments we've ever stayed in. But we are out today exploring now that we are settled. So what should have been in and settled by 1 to explore yesterday, we ended up a little bit burned out traveling all day. We hadn't eaten, so we didn't get much of anything done. Let's hurry across real quick.
Where are we going? I don't know. It's a surprise.
So after being in Naples, where nobody cares if you're walking the road, just don't get hit. This is very different. They're very respectful of crosswalks. If you're in a crosswalk, the cars won't cross it at all. To the point that like a car will slam on its brakes if you're even like halfway in, which with children, I super appreciate. It's been already, this city is just phenomenal. I'm loving it. Like, I don't even know what this building is right here, but I think it's beautiful and amazing condition. But you can really see a mashup of old world Romania, and it's great to see how much pride there is in the city itself. We just turned this corner and already I'm like crazy about this place. This, again, Romania is extremely clean from what we've seen so far. You can see the sidewalks, like a few puddles left over from last night's rain, and that's pretty much it. There are all kinds of little eateries here, but this is Old Town Brasov. Oh, and there's our daughter going crazy for boba. It's one thing we found in every city we've ever been in, and every time she wants it. I am crazy about how every building is different, and then there at the end is the Black Church, so we'll go explore there at some point. Lance found an app for Brasov. It tells you where to start. It gives you a quest that they have to. Right now they're trying to find. They have to find the pharmacy and a vial to poison the enemies and protect the city. It's a really cool way to actually learn a little bit about the city and keep the kids super involved. So we're excited to try it out for the day, see how it goes. Hanging out here next to the Romanian, like authentic Romanian food restaurant, somewhere on my list of places to eat while we're here. And they're reading about their quest. On we will go. We're on Republic Street, and it is so cute. It's super busy, lots of tourists here on a Sunday, lots of places to get food. The sit-down restaurants are actually priced about the same as your quick serve, so if that's what's holding you back, sit down and enjoy yourself a little. Just got to the square. It's something that we love about European cities is actually the public square space.
The United States is really bad for all of the boring colors.
You've never been to the colors. And there are a ton of families here. Will you stop stepping on me? Tons of shopping, and every building has its own flair to it, which we are loving. So, pick your favorite building. Which is it? So in the app it told the kids to find the House of the Deer, which is this one here, and then find the number on the building to find out how many bags of grain they'll need, and then they type it into the app. So they're really looking at the buildings, they're looking at all the details of it without even knowing that they are. I wish every city had something like this. And they're playing soldiers, and we picked up poison at the pharmacy, and we got to pick different things as you go to keep them interested, so it's not just another day of wandering town. We've made it to the Black Church. So Brasov had a massive fire, and the church was one of the only things that survived. Our app led us here, so the kids have just found this statue. We're going to learn about it a little bit. This is the next monument that we're headed to on the app. It gives the kids hints to find certain things and follow the river. They're having a ton of fun doing it. The views are great. We are lucky we have good weather. We actually thought it might snow today, so we were excited when we walked out and the weather reports were wrong. And part of the city that I don't know that we would have found otherwise. You got the Black Church, the Brasov sign, but from here you can get a real feel with the walls, the outer walls of the city, really what it was before. So we've climbed up to the tower, and it is a great way to view the city. It's a quick walk up the hill, so you come back behind the wall, follow that river. You see there's just a little pathway, there's a couple of people on it, and it comes up to here. This absolutely perfect way to get some great photography and really get a feel for the size of the city. We're learning about defending the city and the old tower lookouts. And the route it has you go on is wonderful in the woods. This guy's not feeling great today, so he's lagging behind, but being a good sport about it. Gonna attempt to record while we go down these 150 steps. They're super steep down to the bastion, but no, I'll show you. They are not uniform in depth, but this is fun. Something we get asked all the time is if we speak the language of everywhere we go. We certainly do not. I do try to use an app like a Duolingo, something like that, and get a little bit under my belt so that at least we know how to say please and thank you and excuse me and ask for basic things, and try to fit in with the culture a little bit more, because we definitely don't expect everybody to speak English wherever we go. One thing we've noticed here is how much French and Italian influence there is in the culture. So everyone, when you pass by in the grocery store and they want to get by you, they're using pardon, and same as we did in France. And also merci is most commonly how I've heard people saying thank you. So it's been comforting after spending a lot of time in France, but definitely something that caught me by surprise and it's good to be aware of. I love knowing how to say please, thank you, excuse me anywhere we go.
That's not a black rod. That's just
Here down in City Center, we have found they do have their ski resort, their ski lift sign here, which is super helpful. And it looks like you can pick up the buses here at this little bus depot area. Oh, I know where we are.
exactly.
But oh look, there's a castle up on the hill over there. This is a beautiful city, and there's a lot of people out, even for chilly weather. It's a gorgeous Sunday, and this gave us a great circle through Brasov, and then we'll go back and pay to enter the Black Church, things like that, with the rest of our time here.
So today my brother and sister are sick, so me and my mom and my dad are just gonna go to the market.
Yep, we gotta reload groceries.
Freezing.
A little cold today. Mountains have disappeared. So we're gonna take it a little easy, give the kids a chance to recover from a little bit of congestion, and hope that it doesn't get any worse so that we can explore some more time. It is nice that we have a few more days here, so we're not in any kind of rush. We can just take it easy today. And then after we get groceries, where are we gonna go?
To the Black Church.
Yeah, you're gonna be our church exploring buddy today? Yeah.
So we don't really know what the perception is of Americans of Romania. We heard all the time how like scared they were when we told them we're going to Romania.
of people.
But we've also heard that about pretty much every
Everywhere.
country we've gone to. So first of all, Americans, stop being so scared. Almost every single country we've gone to has had a travel advisory, and
Yes.
we've never felt even the slightest bit unsafe.
No, and you make
So-
smart decisions no matter where you go.
But
whether
what
it's
we want you
Chicago
to
or
see
Paris.
is here's a normal place. This is a shopping mall. It looks
Try to keep
just
people
like
safe.
any other shopping mall. Why are you lifting your phone, man?
Not to get people's
Oh,
faces.
It's not like this third world weird country. It's just
It's-
we've loved it here
yeah,
so far.
it's super clean, very friendly,
People are incredibly nice.
and actually I'm loving the style in the mall
wanna
here.
go to this
We're gonna go shop around a little before we hit groceries. Do you like it in here?
Yeah.
We got our groceries back to the house and we're out walking again. Really cool murals. This is a cute little square. They've got their ice skating set up. I'm sure it's seasonal, but cute little area. In our wandering, we always like to pick some street food. We got these little Dutch pancakes. What do they call them here?
Can't remember.
A name I've never heard.
I always have to ask you what things are called.
Oh yeah.
I never remember.
But little tiny pancakes with Nutella and raspberry syrup, so flipping good. Perfect treat on a cold day. But you can see the old town behind us where we were yesterday. It's definitely quieter here on a Monday.
And it's cold. It's
yeah.
very cold. It's kind of a dreary
is.
day.
A beautiful square. When you're in the square and you see this church here, go ahead and follow the hallway down into it. You'll get to another church in the church. It's a pretty cool little square, so make sure you check that out in Brasov. So we just came out of our tour of the Black Church. It's 20 lei per person, so not incredibly expensive. Works out to be right around $5 for an adult. Clearly, we want to be respectful, so we didn't record or take any pictures in there. But they have an excellent display in one of the naves that you can read all about the history and the things that they did to restore the church, which is one of the reasons why it's not as black now as pictures you might see on the internet from when the fire of 1600s engulfed it and turned all of the exterior stones turned black. The details in here are beautiful. I didn't know until today, learning that this is actually a Lutheran church, not a Catholic church. Going through Europe, I just kind of started assuming a lot of European churches are Catholic. A lot of the ones we saw in Bucharest are Roman Catholic. This is in fact Lutheran and was a big part of the Reformation of the Lutheran Church.
It was originally a Catholic.
Yeah, so it was built as a Catholic church, and then during the Reformation, this was the first town in Transylvania to decide to follow that movement and become Lutheran. So really cool. Beautiful work inside, tons of woodwork, and I always love that in like the pews, and the most amazing organ pipes. So they actually brought in an organ. Well, the original organ was destroyed in the fire, so they brought in an organ maker who only worked in Prussia, and he made it's absolutely stunning. One of the biggest and most unique in all of Europe. I'm a big nerd for that, so I'm kind of hoping there's some kind of concert while we're here, because I will definitely come just to listen to the organ. But I'll give you a little bit of a view of the exterior. It is stunning. Just outside of Old Town, the next block over is a beautiful park. So actually quite a large playground, which we haven't seen a whole lot of, and this one isn't all tagged up like the ones we saw in Naples. It's really clean, and yeah, there's grass. Not only is there grass, but we've actually seen people playing on the grass, which is kind of a strange thing that we've noticed in a lot of other parks. You're not allowed on the grass at all. So a very large park, and it is quite beautiful, even in the off season with the fountains turned off and everything. And it's a shortcut for us through to the house, so we get to walk through it every day, which I really enjoy.
I'm taking the kids out. They're just having fun over there playing on the swings, and it's a beautiful day. Second day of March, and so we're starting to see a little bit of warm weather come in, and yeah, it's fun. It's really busy. A lot of Europeans use the parks because yards are not a common thing, and so if they want to get outside, get their kids out, get some energy out, play, all that kind of stuff, they come to the park to do it, and we sure enjoy coming out and playing with them as well.
We are headed out the door today. Guys, where are we going?
Dracula's castle.
Okay. Not so loud in the courtyard. We're excited to go and see Bram's castle. There's also, from what we've read, the museum at the castle has a bunch of other historical things that have been saved in the museum, so let's go check it out. For today's adventure in Brasov, I'm exploring the Museum of the Tales of Communism in Romania. So they have this nonprofit set up. They wanted you to understand what it was like waiting in bread lines, things like that. So I'm gonna go explore a little bit on my own while I'm here. And this museum, everything you can touch, open drawers, sit on the chairs, that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Even in just the waiting area, they have like 1970s, I would say, style, like living room setup. It's kind of cool so far. If you're interested in a museum like this and you want to see a little bit more of what life was like in Romania, outside of what we're told, especially as Americans, this museum's a great way to do it. Even you can like open up the cabinet and see what they would have kept in them, and then there's each of these cards you see, and they're everywhere, is a story that someone remembers. So these aren't based on like political facts and stuff. These are stories from Romanians of what it was like here. A lot of them in this kitchen area are about how the food was and how moms were able to miraculously make food from seemingly nothing. And it gives like a solemn feeling to families and worrying about taking care of your children. But the whole museum set up with artifacts, and it does have a very like light vibe, and a lot of the stories are very positive things. So one of the ones in this kitchen is about a dad who brings home 2 pigeons as pets, and the next day while they're eating them, the younger brother says, "Oh, what happened to our pets?" Tell them how they have to tell them how they flew away. So but it's all, the stories are endearing in a lot of ways. So a couple steps in and I'm already enjoying this quite well.
Today we're going to be going to Pele's Castle. Make sure to watch a video about it.
Yep, you can see we're going to give it its own and tell you about our day here, but our just got off the train. We're pretty excited. The town of Sinea is really beautiful. We got off the train, we just walked up the hill. There are little markets just opening up for the day. You can see behind me they had an ice skating rink that they're just taking down for the year, and the city hotel here is beautiful. This is a really stunning town. One of the things we haven't included in our other videos, but we wanted to kind of shake up, we get questions about, is how we eat when we're on the road. We actually make a lot of food at home and keep to the same kind of basic meals when we're cooking at home. But in Romania, we have really been enjoying traditional Romanian food.
I'm going to be on my side of it.
So after the castle, we decided to grab some very traditional Romanian food at a traditional Romanian place. So we've got some pork and stew, and Roxy's got lentil shepherd pie. They've got soup in a bread bowl, and you have cabbage rolls. So super excited. This place is rad. It's got a sweet old school Romanian vibe. And we just learned how to say bon appetit in Romanian, but I've lost it already.
Nope. The top layer is all cheese.
I think she's excited by that. I'm not sure. Is that exciting? Okay.
We decided to take a little girls' day, so we're getting our nails done in Brasov. Roxy's super excited. The cutest salon that we found. Super excited to have a little date time, which I find is super important while we travel, to make sure we each get time away from the group. Kind of touch base, make sure everybody's happy. After down days with sick kids, coming at the wrong time of the day and missing the last cabin up, we're here on our last day, finally ready to ride the tail cabin up to the Brasov side. A little sad because the weather was great today and now it's all cloudy. So we'll see what it's like when we get up there. We got our tickets. We're about to head on and up we'll go. Roxy, are you in there?
Oh, we're moving.
Aww. It's beautiful. Look, there's the tower we hiked up to.
I remember that. But I don't see it. I don't see the huge tower. Oh,
See the walls of the city.
Wait, the walls of the city where? Where? I don't see any city walls.
You can kind of see them by the way. So we got to the top and off of the telecabin. You can see the station behind us. There is a little bar up there. You can get coffees and sodas, things like that while you're waiting for your trip back down. And then when you get off, you go immediately to the path on the right and it will take you over to the Brasov sign. So the Brasov sign is, you know, like you would see the Hollywood sign, things like that. But we love that it's there, and at night it lights up and it is beautiful. So a little short walk. The trail is hilly but clear, and we are in the off season, but this area is having
Cougars, lynx.
vipers, lynx, yeah, cougars, and bears. There's lots of bears in Romania, as you might imagine. Here you can see it looks like a dam off the other side, so we'll try to get some footage to let you see what we see from up here. We made it to the top. I didn't know what to expect, but I don't think I expected that you'd be behind the letters. I thought maybe you could get a picture of them. They are significant in size, so you can see why they're so easily visible at night. From what I've heard, much bigger than the Hollywood letters, so that's kind of fun. But there doesn't seem to be way to get to the front of them for photos, which is a little sad. However, the view of the city is spectacular. So from up here you can see the black church, the square, the white tower, black tower.
I'm watching a bunch of
Wait, where's the black tower? And the ladders. But it's a great way to get a scope of how big the city really is.
The church with the graveyard around it, that's kind of wild looking.
Oh yeah, the graveyard looks crazy from here. From the ladders, we decided to follow a pathway up this way. Lookity ladders. So, you know, what's a family adventure without some adventure? Oh, and check it out. There is a building up here of sorts. So fun. Not sure what those mean, but we should probably know. So we made it to this building of sorts. Ow. Go up, let's see what it is.
Sword tailbone.
Yeah. That's what you get for falling off the monkey bars.
Tailbones. Humans don't have tailbones. Only tails.
If we did, that's where they'd be. This is a pretty sweet tower. Wonder how old it is. I think it used to say, but graffiti's taken it over. This is a better view than the letters.
This is my
This is freaking awesome.
I just put a rock here.
Oh, it keeps going. Okay, this is freaking cool.
Ew, there's a button on the rock.
Against Mom's wishes, of course, the boys go out on the rickety old wood.
Don't worry.
It's cool. It's not like we're on a
just
cliff.
said that
But this side of the city, the city actually is quite a bit larger than I realized. And here you can see the old cemetery would have been here on the outside of the wall. There are a few near the churches inside for if you were wealthy enough. But man, I would love to be here when it's all green. You can see there's some ski lifts here. We've seen quite a few people actually in ski gear in town. So I think you can take the train to many different lifts, including Sinaya. Whenever you're done exploring, you just want to ride on back here to the building. It looks like at some point there used to be a bar up here. place to get some food with the view. Don't know if it's closed now for the off season or if it's closed down indefinitely. I'll do a little research there, but getting back in line here to take our cabin down.